Hi, Brian here from Gengras, Volvo North Haven. This weekend, I'm doing something a little different. I've taken the XC40 Recharge out for the weekend to experience it in real life. Last week, I spent some time down in New Jersey at Volvo's headquarters, learning all about this car, the inner workings, how the repair process is going to work, and how to properly maintain it as well, of course. Which, unlike other cars, it's not a lot of maintenance needed on something like this. Services are only once every 20,000 miles. So certainly some cost savings there. Now, other than that, it's just been amazing getting to know this car. I gotta say, the one standout quality, it's the power. Oh my goodness. It's incredible how much power this car has. It's really unlike anything I've ever driven before. And we've had I've driven some pretty quick cars, but this is like, when you hit the accelerator pedal, it's kind of like lightning. The car is really, really, really quiet. I mean, you can hear everything. You can whisper. You can just whisper to each other, even on the highway. It's so quiet. I guess the amazing thing, I always believed when we went to electric cars that we would have a lot of customers complaining about rattles or squeaks, because I was afraid without that white noise, without that engine noise all the time, that people would just complain constantly about all the little squeaks and rattles. And I gotta say, I haven't heard a thing. This car is tight, very, very quiet, really quite incredible. The engineering is definitely it's definitely amazing. So I'm actually on my way to the grocery store now, and I'm finding myself making some different decisions, which is kind of interesting and fun. Normally I go to Stop and Shop, but today I'm actually going to go to Big Y. They have a free charging station, so I'm excited to check that out, finally make use of it. I've been noticing it for years, and obviously I can't plug in my older vehicle, so I'm excited. I'm going to Big Y. I'm going to plug in. They're going to give me some free electricity. I'll see how much I get out of it during my little 40-minute shopping trip. So I'll catch up with you there. So here we are. I'm excited to see this little sign. Pulling into Big Y. And I'm hoping that charging station is open. So I think I've seen it up here on the right somewhere. Let's see. I hope nobody else is using it. Oh no. There's a Tesla on one side. Yes. And there is. There's one open for me. I'm excited. I'm gonna back in. Got this great backup camera. People outside the car can hear it chirping. The car is so quiet, it needs to make some noise so that pedestrians are aware that there's a car near them. You would think you'd hear the tires just rolling on the road, but I gotta say, you really don't. You just don't. Now there's no on-off switch like I said last week. Just get out. Open him up. I guess this is free. Plug it in. The light turns yellow. Turns green. And we're charging. Let's see what this thing is capable of. Oh, it's going to charge at 15 amps. That's pretty good. Oh, I'll get a little bit of extra charge while I'm here. It's free. Who am I to complain? All right, I'm going to do some shopping. So I just finished my shopping, and it is time to get back on the road. I'm going to throw my groceries in the back seat. And to unhook, all I got to do is press this button here, It knows I have the key, so it allows me to unlock it, pull the trigger, throw it back there, so I'm a good citizen, and close my door, and we're back on the road. All right, let's go. So we're back on the road, and most of the day I've been driving in the normal driving mode, but now I'm trying out something called one pedal drive. Now, the way that works is the car basically makes it so that the first quarter of the accelerator pedal is regenerative braking. So when I let off of the accelerator pedal completely, it actually brakes automatically, and it'll come to a complete stop, which is pretty cool. I don't have to touch the brakes at all. I just, unless it's like an emergency stop. But otherwise, there's kind of like a neutral position in the accelerator pedal, and everything up from there is braking and everything down from there is accelerating. So you don't have to move your right foot at all and just keep it on the accelerator pedal. So here we are, we're coming up to a light. I let off and it brakes automatically. Actually, brakes a little harder than I wanted, so I actually keep giving it a little gas, and now I let off and I let it do the braking. Very cool. So it just holds the position there for me. The brakes are on, and that whole time I didn't use any friction brakes. I didn't waste any energy. All that was reclaimed by the electric motors pumping 400 volts back into my battery. So as soon as it turns green, I get to use that energy all over again. So I'm actually, reusing energy that I reclaimed, which is the whole purpose of a hybrid or an electric vehicle. So very, very cool. It's definitely a different way to get used to driving. It definitely makes you more efficient. You're not going to waste as much energy when the car is automatically regenerative braking for you. So pretty cool feature. Excellent if you're stuck in traffic. So cool not to have to go back and forth on the pedals. So really, really cool features. So I've driven this car about 150 miles this weekend, and I gotta tell you, it was fantastic. It was even better than I thought it would be. The car is so smooth, so quiet, so powerful. It does everything well. And with my average commute only being about 40 miles, this car makes a really convincing argument. I mean, I can charge at work and charge at home, so there's no fear of range anxiety as people talk about. I mean, most people are never going to approach that battery being wore out unless they're taking it on a really long trip. And there's chargers around, they're on the highway. You see them everywhere you go. So, pretty amazing vehicle. And with our government committing to put about 500,000 new chargers in the US, it seems like a good time to go electric. Come on down, take it for a ride and experience it for yourself. Volvo's built this car to such a high standard, and just learning about how much commitment they have to making sure this car is as safe or safer than anything else we've ever built makes me really convinced. So come on down to Gengras, take it for a drive. I know you'll love it. Drive safe.